Got a 1986 Iroc Camaro here. It's pretty much all original. 1986. Everything is just as it was, with the exception of the exhaust tips. Now, this car was bought new in Georgia. And it's been here all its life. Never any accidents whatsoever. It's got 21,980 some odd miles on it. Only the last 10 years, probably only about 500 miles. The majority of the miles were put on this car the first year of its life. Since then, it's pretty much been babied and pampered, kept in the garage, very few miles every year. Just wanted to give a good go around of the car. No visible dents, dings. There was a few touch-up spots from like stone chips. They're very hard to see, in fact impossible to see with the camera. I would be happy to show them if I could find exactly where they're at. There's one little spot right there where something popped up and got it. It's been patched up. Those are the original headlights. In fact, all the lights, including fog lights, parking lights, brake lights, everything's all original to the car. With the exception, excuse me, let me back up here. Those tires are not the original gator backs. The original gator backs were dry rotted, so they have been replaced. Just a couple of hundred miles on those tires. Here are the exhaust tips that I mentioned that were different than factory, but the rest of the entire exhaust, rather than those tips, are all original to the car. Did have to replace this emblem. It came off while washing one day and broke, so that emblem has been replaced. All the others are original to the car. Show you all of the inside. First of all, these and all the rubber is perfect on this car. Absolutely perfect and original. This cover has been on this seat since the day it came home from the dealership. So the driver's seat has never literally been sat on. Had this hooked up, but I've unhooked it where I could show the seat. As I show you there, there's no rips, tears, anything like that in the original seat. It's all original. It's just to try to keep it nice. Got this nice cover on it, but you can see by the rest of the car, passenger seat's been sit in a dozen times or so. All the headliner is good. It's got the overhead console. It's got the auto dimming feature. Again, here's the original dash pad. Absolutely no cracks, anything. I don't know if you can see that. Original mileage, which is proven in a Carfax and on the title. All original. Original radio works. Beautiful door panels, very good condition. As I said, all the rubber on this thing is all original and as it should be. All the stickers back in here. Looking at the glove box, I don't know if you can see the B4Z, but that is for the Iroc. Back seat, perfect. Those louvers for the back glass were installed at the dealer before the car was driven home. So that was a dealer option. That was not the factory option ones, which I understand were available. Gonna try to get a picture real quick of how the rear hatch goes up. All that works good. Raises up by itself. No issues there. Here, it's just a good, honest car. I did replace these because it was no longer holding up the rear hatch like it should, so I replaced those and the hood struts as well. These do have the connections, so the rear defroster still works. Just showed you where obviously the automatic release works for the hatch. This, of course, is here. If you choose to pick it up either here, and then it will come up whenever the hatch goes up. I particularly don't use that option, but that's your choice. Again, just good, honest representation of what we've got here, and that is very, very strong when it holds it up. And that's the automatic pull down, which still works as it should. Again, perfect T-tops, no issues there, no leaks, anything like that. I'll go ahead and pop the hood. Windshield, no cracks, chips, anything like that. I think you can see that. I don't know if that's separation from age. There's absolutely no leaks there. Of course, it never sees rain, but that's all original. And of course, those hood louvers are all original to the car and perfect. And you can see that on them. Beautiful shape. Go ahead and raise the hood. Now, I did replace those hood struts as well because it was having issues holding the hood up. Again, very just plain, honest representation of what the factory left. A little dirt here on this, but very, very clean and original. Nothing changed on it at all. Got the original cruise control on it. All that's there. Nothing modified at all. And the relays, brake booster, air conditioning, of course, which has had a charge that's still R12, by the way. Just trying to see anything that you might want to see underneath the hood. Again, just an honest representation. Now, the battery did have to be replaced. There's some of the factory markings, by the way, and some of the labels are still on some of the wiring and some of the things. I've tried not to mess with it. That's why I don't really want to detail underneath here. As you can see, they're original labels from the factory. Again, all these hoses, everything, all that's factory to the car, very low miles. The battery was replaced. I did it on kind of on a whim. Could not find a AC Delco, so If you're an originality freak like I am, you may want to replace that with AC Delco. I've been intending to do that, just have not done it yet. Factory marking there, and there's a different colored one on this side. Not sure what those markings meant, but those are factory. Anyway, the original tune port setup. Again, well, that's original, clean, typical of a car with 20,000 miles on it. So I'll go ahead and start the car real quick so you can hear it run.